Over the past 4 years in the European region, we've seen over 100,000 cases of measles and over 100,000 cases of rubella. This is a clear indication of how some diseases are making a comeback in the European region. What is more alarming possibly is the fact that over 50% of these cases of measles are over the age of 15, which implies that measles is no longer just a childhood disease. It affects everybody in society. One of the reasons we're seeing this resurgence is because of historical weaknesses in programs, the late introduction of second measles dose, for example, in some countries and provinces within those countries, or vaccine hesitancy that happened decades ago, now playing out in cases aged 15 to 25. So a lot of immunization programs today are highly challenged. They've been established as programs to reach parents, to reach infants and young children. Now they're having to shift their focus. They're having to focus on adults, adolescents, and teenagers. And that's a real challenge. One of the other things that's changed is that we're seeing a lot of these outbreaks in the non-traditional groups. So previously, if I may explain, the outbreaks we saw were occurring in hard-to-reach populations or underserved populations, such as the Roma, of which there are 11 million in the European region. Or we saw in other hard-to-reach communities, such as traveller communities, migrants and immigrant communities. That's not the case today. In some of the largest outbreaks that we've seen recently, in the UK, France, Ukraine included, we've seen the general population affected across all age groups, regardless of socioeconomic characteristics, regardless of education status, and regardless of whether they are urban or rural dwellers. So this has meant and will mean that we will need to change our programs. We're going to have to become more intelligent, and we're going to have to collect more intelligence on who our target population is, which means we're going to need new tools to find out and to listen to new communities and new target populations that are vulnerable from these diseases. This is going to be one of the changing characteristics of immunization programs in the coming decade or so.